Hello. Welcome back to my MegaMek and now my Battletech tutorial. This is, I believe, part 5 or so. In the last episode, we covered movement and shooting. Now we're going to cover a few more little things here. We're going to hit done. This is the readout from our last set of attacks. We basically all fired at each other here. We're going to hit done. And this here is the heat phase. So the last phase was basically the hit report, the attack phase. And this is the heat phase, and I'll show you a little bit more about heat in this next round here. But as you can see, the opponent has gained 12 heat. He lost 10 of it, and he's sitting at 2. We're going to hit done. Get used to hitting done because everyone has to confirm each of these screens. So we're going to hit done again, and you'll see here that no one's hit each other. Everyone is at 100%. Done. So I have initiative. I won the initiative. The opponent has to go first. And this is why it's strong to win initiative. This is why it's important to win initiative in Battletech, is because you want to see what the opponent's doing. You get a chance to, get behind him, get to a flank where he won't have an advantage that, uh, you'll have the advantage over him essentially. So here's a little bit more advanced, well, not really advanced, but, movement tactics and whatnot. So the opponent, he ran, and he was right here. He only managed to cover 1 hex with running. He used up all 6 of his movement probably, or quite a few of it. He was facing this way, so he needed to turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, move, so that's 4, and then turn 5 and turn 6. He used up all 6 of his movement. He only covered 1 hex. He gets no modifier for me to hit him. It's as if he didn't move. He didn't move far enough for it to matter. So something we can do here is we'll do physical attacks. That means you are adjacent with a unit, and they are in the front 3 hexes of your mech generally. If you're doing punches, they have to be either in the front 3 hexes, or they have to be in one of these side hexes, which means you can only punch these side rear hexes, which means you can only punch with the arm on that side. Why does that matter? Well, let's move. So we need to go 1 to walk forward. You can see this is a planted field. It has no effect on anything. It might actually give infantry some cover. Who knows? It depends on what some of this registers as. But we need 1 to move forward. We need 2, 1, 2 to go down. We're going to turn to face this hex. That's 4 movement in total. Then we use 5, 6 to go up. We're running. We're only covering 3 hexes, so we get a +1 modifier for the enemy to hit us. So we're going to go ahead and move, and you can see right here where it says 6 MP, we've used up 6 of our movement points, which is all we have. There we go. The enemy is shooting at us again. We're going to shoot back, and it looks a little bit awkward, right? Like it seems like I shouldn't be able to shoot him. But as long as the enemy is in your front 3 hexes, this is your frontal arc essentially. And I'm going to select the center torso weapon to demonstrate that. Actually, I'll do the Centurion here. You can choose the enemy unit. You can select their arc. You can see the front arc of a mech is the front 3 hexes. And it goes in a straight line outwards like this, straight line outwards like that. This is your frontal arc. And select my own. He is in my frontal arc. And the reason why this arc looks like this, because this is my right arm. If I twist to face south a little bit here, you'll see that my right arm has remember I was saying how you can punch into this rear flanking space? Well, you can also point that way. So your right arm weapons have a straight line arc like this. Your left hand weapons would have a straight line arc like that are in your arms. That is the advantage of having weapons in your arm. The disadvantage of having weapons in your arm is that you can't punch with an arm that you fired with. So for example, looking at our weapons here, the AC-10 is an RA, that's your right arm. There are no weapons in my left arm. And if you really wanted to get into the nitty gritty of it, you click on this button here, which is your systems. you can go down to your right arm. You can see that it's occupied by the AC-10. You go down to the left arm, it has no weapons in it. It has a hand, even a hand actuator. That makes punching easier. The right arm, let's pretend my autocannon 10 was broken. I took a critical hit. It's disabled. I can't use it anymore. I want to punch with my left arm or my right arm. It'll be at a penalty because I don't have a hand there. Like you got to have a hand in order to punch. The same thing applies if for example, left arm, I take a critical hit, it takes out my hand. It'll be a penalty to punch. Same thing if it hits my shoulder. Basically these are your criticals. These are your joints inside your mech, your actuators as they're called. If you start taking critical hits to these locations, it'll make all of these physical attacks harder. Your legs are the same way. You can kick into your front arc only. You cannot kick into your rear arcs like this with standard mechs. If you have a four-legged mech, I believe you can kick directly into your rear. It's called a mule kick. But I believe that's the only case where you can do a kick outside of these front three hexes. Like even if I wanted to kick with my right leg, I cannot kick this rear thing here. So you got to have someone in your front three hexes. If I'm like this, which is how we ended up, he's on my right side, I'm on his right side. If I have a weapon in my leg, which you can get like missiles in your legs, you can get well, the only thing I've ever really heard of are missiles in the legs, like on the Crusader in the Stinger, I believe. If you fire the weapons that are in your right leg, or if he fired the weapons in his right leg here, I would not be able to kick him if I did that. He wouldn't be able to kick me if he did that. So if you have like a Crusader with, short range missile packs in both legs and you're in a position like this, you can only kick. So let me show you. You can only kick your front three hexes. However, directly in front of you, you can kick with both legs. Right here to your right, you can only kick with your right leg. You can only kick with your left leg. Same thing for the enemy. He can kick into this hex with either leg. He can kick into this hex with his left. He can kick into my hex with his right. So if you've got double weapons in your legs and you're like me and this guy, don't fire your right hand or your right leg weapons packs because you won't be able to use that leg. And if you were to get a critical hit to any of these actuators, kicking becomes that much harder, and it also affects some other things. So we're going to go ahead and shoot each other now. So I'm going to hit him with my autocannon. It has no minimum range. So I need a 6 to hit him. He needs, if I hover over this little arrow, if it'll let me do it. Yep. Was that it? No. Well, it doesn't show me. But he would need 7s to hit me because we both ran. We're both in short range, but I have a +1 on my movement because I managed to cover 3 hexes. So he needs 7s, I need 6s. We're going to fire. I can actually hit him possibly with my missile rack. So I'm going to hit fire. And I can hit him with my medium laser that's in my center torso because he's in my front arc. Now what this is doing is generating heat. You can see that each of these weapons generates heat. The autocannon generates 3. The LRMs, long-range missiles, they generate 4. The medium laser generates 3. I have a total of 10 heat capacity. They're called heat sinks. This puts me 2 over because also I ran. Actually, it'll put me more than that, right? It'll put me, yeah, it puts me 2 over. So it generates 10 heat in total. So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10. And then I ran, which gives me 2 more, puts me at 12, and that counts it right there. So I'm a 2 over. So we're going to hit done firing. If we look at the weapon attack phase, this shows you all the hits and where they happened at. Right here, he hit me with the autocannon. He needed a 7. He rolled an 11. Hit me in the center torso. I took 10 damage. I have 8 armor remaining on my center torso. I did the same thing to him. He has 8 armor remaining on his center torso. I hit him with, actually my LRMs. I needed a 12, roll a 12. That's amazing. Now we're going to stop here and we're going to go on to something else important, such as piloting rules. I'll see you in the next one.